All right, here we are with Ori and the Will of the Wisp. This is a 2D Metroidvania game, mostly platformer from what I can see. Um, we're gonna be playing through this here today. I'm gonna be kind of jumping through some of these cutscenes in the early game, but you know we've just kind of got our basic little character controller here. We're making our way through here. And we're just here at the beginning of the game. It is, of course, the sequel to the very, very popular Ori and the Blind Forest, which was also a 2D platformer. I'm going to be kind of skipping through some of the cutscenes here just for the sake of video brevity, but the game makes use of this really, really efficient half 3D, half 2D style. So you can see that, for example, our player character here is most likely a puppet controller. I believe this was made in the Unity engine, if I'm not mistaken, which is really cool. So we only have one jump here. Here you can see some more of that puppet engine. Watch the way that the string bunches up. You can see that it bunches up in almost an angular fashion. But you can see we have these more like 3D style layers here. And obviously, yeah, you can see this character here is, I think, pretty clearly 3D, and same with the owl. But yeah, it is this like really, really, really efficient use of a lot of different effects that bring together this like hand-painted, but still like really, really expressive style. The game took a while to make. Ori and the Will of the was released 5 years after Ori and the Blind Forest, which is, for all intents and purposes, that's a pretty long time for development for a game. But it's mostly, especially for like a sequel that uses presumably a lot of the same character controllers and whatnot. But obviously a lot of that development time goes into getting these like really well crafted environments, and I believe that they were most likely doing some ports of Ori and the Blind Forest for a while. All right. And so with some of the intro cutscenes out of the way, we get started here. I feel like this game really benefits from this very tonal intro. Of just building up the world and getting it ready before, setting you off on your real, difficult platformer adventure, as it were. And just really letting those moments sit for as long as the player wants to let them sit. You can see we've got this like really fluid kind of movement up across these walls. A lot of the environment is reacting to you as you run past. It really gives you a sense of feeling, like an existence in the world. And so, of course, over the course of the game, we'll slowly unlock new abilities and use them to our advantage as we go through. Some just sort of basic platformer type stuff going on, of course. What do we have here? Feather. All right, here we are. So we got our first new ability here. So while airborne, hold right trigger to glide freely or ride wind currents. And here we go. So as far as I could tell, this game is designed around the use less of your D-pad and more of your analog stick, which is a kind of interesting way of going about it, especially when you have the rise of the 8-directional platformer such as Celeste, or even, I guess Hollow Knight had, and I'm trying to think of, like Shovel Knight, for example. You had it was very directional, but it was still, I believe, 8 directions on your movement. It was just more analog in that as you fell past certain things, you could jump past them, and for certain characters in that game. But of course, Ori is known for its stories. Oh, sweet. Okay, so we have almost like a paired platformer here. Oh, and now we have a double jump as well. Can I still do the glide thing? Let's see. Oh no. It was worth a try. Oh, we're fine. And here we go off towards the tree in the center, which seemingly is going to hold some very large story significance, of course. Look at this. Yeah, you can see the trees have this sort of very almost Unity like turbulent displace going on. It's just like a displacement map being, you can see it really well here with these leaves. There's just a displacement map being kind of offset over top of the leaves. And it makes for this really, really clear like wind going over the leaves, but at a really low cost to the graphics processing. So you can see more of that 2D, 3D going on. Of course, kind of mostly intended to look only 2D, and I think it does like a really good job of it. Obviously in 60 frames per second, it's a little easier to see that it is 3D rather than 2D, but that is no problem. It looks beautiful. So, and obviously the colors going on. We've had this crazy variety of colors in just the first 5 minutes of gameplay here already. Look at that. All right. So separated by the storm. Here we are. We've got these big green, I believe these are some sort of energy to be used, right? Yeah, life orb. Okay. Great. Okay, cool. So we've got a currency system. We've got a life system as well. And it's, I think, really nice to introduce these after you've kind of gotten used to the world and kind of pulled in a little bit. We got these like set pieces. We're really at our lowest. There's rain coming down. It's only uphill from here, right? So what is this? We can't quite reach that yet. We don't have any abilities to get there. So let's go ahead and make our way through here. More life orbs, just in case. Ooh, we found like a little alcove here. Little protection from the rain. You can see we've got a sign. I wonder who lives in there. Let's drop through this platform. Let's head on down. Great. Oh boy, we have some enemies. We have our first combat encounter here, but I don't believe I have any weapons to use. So I think we will just kind of work around right here. We don't have any keystones. We did, I believe, have something shaped like a keystone at the beginning of the game when we pulled all that stuff out of our little hidey closet thing. And actually, it looks like maybe I'm fully kind of stuck here. Let's see, how do we get out? Oh, we can climb up. Let's wait for this guy to move out of the way. And it's also teaching you right away, first of all, by stripping everything away from the player character. I know this is a sequel, but it's kind of teaching you right away that a good plan of action is to just avoid enemies. That is totally something you can do with these like really slow kind of moving enemies that are not particularly dangerous. Oh, except when we got our fire, y'all best watch out. Dang. Okay. Look at those effects. Wow. Oh. Cool. So we got some more of these spirit light orbs. This is crazy. I wish I could watch that in like ultra slow motion. I just want to pull those effects apart and see what's up. That is awesome. All right, so we've got fire, and fire plus sticks equals no more sticks. So I do know that one from my previous experience playing just kind of video games in general. Don't need a tutorial for that one. Who's this? Talk. Something like that, I think. Yeah. Okay, can you give me the keystone, though? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. All right. You said the cave to the... Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at this map. It tells you... There's little icons to remind you who gave you the quest. Just to give you some extra context in case you need it. So this is kind of interesting, right? If we look here in the world, you can see that we can clearly see... Like, it's kind of a pretty hyper-detailed map of what's going on around us. But if we go to... the map, you can see it's much more clear cut. Where is the background and where is not the background? Ooh, nice little sound design thing there too. As you move the map around, it's like a stone being moved. That's nice. All right. So I'm learning pretty quickly as well that maybe sometimes attacking isn't the best option. Because yeah, those guys get kind of destroyed real quick. So it is a little hard to see these those spikes. It is. I found I could tell that these ones were gonna hit me, but I actually didn't really notice that there were spikes over on the other side. They are toned like ever so slightly red though. You can see kind of comparatively, especially to everything else. I know I'm holding a torch, but you can kind of see that they are. Oops. Can I swing on this? Let's see. Yeah, I don't have that double jump, so I'm having trouble getting up. Maybe I need to angle my my control stick a little higher. Or do I need to like drop my my torch? Yeah, see, I'm having trouble getting around those. I wasn't previously though. That's interesting. Wonder what changed. All right, we got the energy orb. I hear you. I hear you, game. There we go. All right. No way but down. Whoops. Ouch. Thank goodness. We've got a life orb here to patch us back up after that encounter. Who's this guy? Oh, he looks dangerous. I'm worried about him. All right. Back off, buddy. Alright, his attack pattern, he jumps at you a lot. And we're fine. Look at us. Alright. Look at these water effects. These look amazing. Alright. Well, our torch was put out. A really, really clever way of taking stuff away from us. I like that a lot. Alright, so blue moss is climbable. Oh, the water effects. Ow. Okay, all right. Okay, no more messing around with these water effects. It's time to just really get in here. All right, and now, look, we don't have a weapon. So the game is kind of still trying to teach us, like, hey, there's other ways around these combat encounters. But again, I can't quite... Is there a dash button I'm missing? Let's see. I don't think so. And we can't go that way. It spikes all the way up. There's blue moss up here. Oh, I see it now. Camera was pushing up a little bit to try and show me. Oh, and we have a little preview of what we might see up next with that purple orb down there, which is cool. I like that. Oh, and there's blue moss right up here. I didn't quite realize you could jump on blue moss and have it be above you until I saw it above me, like right before. So, all right, well, let's head on back. Yeah. Hey, guy, I'm just going to climb right over you, buddy. And then you can see we've looped back upon ourselves. Very, very Metroidvania-esque, which is, yeah, really, really fun. I'm a fan of Metroidvanias. I played through pretty recently Yoku's Island Express, which is a pinball Metroidvania. That is a really, really fun game.